graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Introducing from Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing in at 210 pounds, your Italian hero, Joey Image!
Hey everybody, how are you? Joey Image here with another episode of That Image Guy for you. And I hope everyone's doing well and doing freaking good. This is episode 44. I think it's been a couple of weeks, actually, since I did an episode. I know I did say it would be every other week, so not really committing any crimes there, but I kind of didn't want to go as long as I did. So, how is everyone? How you doing? How's everyone's holiday? Everyone's July 4th was last week. How is it all those of you that celebrate it at least, and everyone that doesn't celebrate it or is in another country or whatever? How the hell are you guys too? I am coming off the Mr. Robot Season 2 premiere, which airs on USA Network in 3 days. However, if you follow the Mr. Robot Facebook and or YouTube, actually not YouTube yet, but the Facebook, they just did a live Q&A with the cast, and then at the end of that they showed the premiere episode, which was awesome. If you like Mr. Robot, if you're into, I guess kind of cyber crimey drama, almost like that CSI Cyber show, I guess. That's kind of what this is like, but it's a bit more realistic than that. It's a lot of, and I guess the CSI show kind of focuses on one case per episode, and this is just like a massive hack. It's pretty much, I think, it's pretty much based on Anonymous, the hacker group Anonymous, who somehow has access to every single computer in the world or something, I don't know. But I believe it's sort of based on that. The company, or not the company, but the group, the hacker group that causes havoc in Mr. Robot is called F Society, and I kind of take it as F Society, fuck society, but they say it as F Society, not F Society. There's a little difference there in the tone, or the infliction or whatever, but I think it's based on them. They wear masks like them, they send these like ominous kind of cryptic videos like Anonymous has. So I kind of think that's where the premise came from, but it's just an awesome show. A lot of people listening to this know that I'm a nerdy kind of tech geeky guy. I'm a PC guy. I'm a computer guy. I have been since I was about 5 years old, and I just turned 39 about a month ago. So pretty long time. I've been a very long time. I've been into computers and into nerdy, techy, geeky stuff like that. So it makes perfect sense for me to love this show. I had no idea that they were going to show the premiere. I knew the premiere was this coming Wednesday. I had no idea they were going to show it on the Facebook. I follow the Mr. Robot Facebook. I just happened to see a post saying, hey, we're doing a live Q&A in whatever it was, 14 minutes or whatever I had, 15 minutes, something like that. And I said, hey, screw it. I mean, I'm not doing nothing. I got no plans. I already had dinner, just relaxing right now. So I'm going to hang out and watch this. And I came into it. I had to run to the bathroom, and by the time I come back, it was probably about 3 or 4 minutes into the Q&A already, so I had missed, I think, the first 1 or 2 questions, but I watched the rest of it straight through, and then about 25 minutes in, it cuts out, and it goes to one of these ominous, like, creepy F Society videos, and which obviously is part of the storyline, but it's introducing the show, the episode. So then it went right into the episode, and people didn't know. I guess they didn't announce that they were going to do that. They just kind of did it. So there was a lot of people leaving comments on the Facebook video saying, like, holy shit, I can't believe you're showing the whole video, or the whole episode now. And again, check it out, Mr. Robot. It's on Wednesday nights. I think it's like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern on USA Network. Really, really awesome show. Super realistic. A lot of the viruses and hacks and stuff that happen in the show either are similar to things that have already happened in real life, or, well, they all could happen in real life. I was going to say, or all could be legitimate and actually happen, but they all could happen, but some I believe already have, or similar things have happened. But it's basically like a drama about, it's not even really about computers, I guess. It's more of like a drama about a guy trying to kind of find himself, and realize that, his father's dead, his parents are both dead, and he has these like kind of I don't really know what the word premonition means totally, but I think that's what this is. He has like premonitions or visions like of his father, and the father kind of tells him what to do, and like things that happen with the father are not actually happening in real life because the father is dead. So it's kind of hard to follow. I mean, it's hard to explain, I should say. You got to kind of follow it and watch it from the beginning. It's a really, really great show. I cannot wait. I've been waiting like a year for this show to come back, so I can't wait till Wednesday night to see, because the stream that they just did, they only showed part 1. It's a 2-part season premiere. They only showed part 1. So I'm waiting for part 2, and Wednesday night will show both. So, man, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Real good episode so far. The first half that I saw was real good. If you dig this show, you're going to dig this episode. But anyway, enough about that. What else is going on? There were some people, I was talking about video games during the week on Twitter, and I think that would be a good topic to talk about, because I don't think I've ever talked about that on this show, and it's something that's very near and dear to my heart since I was probably 5 or 6 years old, just like computers, and I had my first, actually, before I even had an NES, which I was about to say, I had an Atari 2600, I had an Atari 5200, I had an Atari 7800. My cousins in Pennsylvania, Joe and Mike and Ed, they had an Intellivision and a ColecoVision. My friend Jason, who lives around the corner, had an Odyssey, which, I mean, I don't even know if anyone remembers what the hell Odyssey is or was, but holy crap, what a relic that was. So I kind of grew up family-wise and friend-wise around people, as well as me having my own video game systems, home consoles or whatever. So I kind of played everything, and I took advantage of that. I mean, I kind of fell in love with a lot of games back then, even stuff that I had already played in an arcade, like Commando, for example, or Russian Attack. Games like that. In fact, I still play them to this day. I've got a Nintendo emulator on my PC. I've got a little handheld emulator player, I guess you'd call it, that plays Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Genesis. I've got a Retron 5, which is one of those newer kind of retro systems that play the old games and actually take the old cartridges. So I play that a lot. I don't have the 2 games I just mentioned, Commando or Russian Attack, for it. I don't have the cartridges anymore, but man, I still play all that old shit. I still play NES. I still play Super NES. I still play Genesis. I still play Sega Master System. I mean, I got an emulator for that on my PC too, as well as TurboGrafx 16. Remember Bonk's Adventure? I think I think Bonk's Adventure on TurboGrafx was the only game I ever really liked. Those weren't even real cartridges, I guess. They came in those little, like, credit card sized cards. You kind of slide them in the front. I remember that game for TurboGrafx. I remember Sega Master System. I used to play Rocky all the time, and Ivan Drago would beat the piss out of me. Not Ivan Drago. Clubber Lang, Mr. T. I never beat Mr. T. I can beat Apollo Creed the first fight. I never got through Mr. T. Never. And I played that game a million times, man. I used to play Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Man, what the hell else was there? So much stuff. I don't know if Phantasy Star was out for that. I know Phantasy Star. I had never played Phantasy Star online for Dreamcast, which supposedly there's still people that play that. There's apparently a broadband modem that came out for Dreamcast with an Ethernet cable in it that I've never seen, but people apparently still play Phantasy Star online, which is amazing to me. So other than those systems, I still have an N64 also. I've got 3 Dreamcasts. I went from having one and then selling my one to missing it so much and buying another one on eBay, and now I've got 3. The one I initially bought on eBay probably 7 or 8 years ago still works. I love it. I play it all the time still. And then I got one from my fiance's brother, who just doesn't care about it anymore, didn't use it, just sat in his old bedroom. And I took it and he gave me 2 controllers with it, so I've used that as well, or taken that as well. Also, I've got a third one that is the black one. If you remember, the black Dreamcast that came out was the Sega Sports Edition, and I always wanted that one. I don't care about Sega Sports. It came with like NBA 2K or whatever the hell game, whatever year it was, 2K1 or something like that. So I don't even remember what year it came out, but I don't know, 2001 I think it was. But I never cared about the sports games. I just wanted the Dreamcast because it was black and it looked cool. So I never actually got one back in the day, but I got one on eBay about a month ago. Actually, probably longer than that, probably 2 months ago now. And it's got that Sega Sports logo on the front of it, which, again, I don't care about the Sega Sports stuff. So my fiance got some kind of crap to remove it. Something that we were using to clean our new house, to take, I guess, grime and stuff off the floor. And she used that and was able to get rid of the logo really cleanly, too. So it looks like it was never there. Now it's just black with the orange Dreamcast swirl on the front. And it looks awesome. Or on the top, I should say, not the front. The front is where the 4 controllers plug in. The top, it's got the tray that pops open, the CD tray. So it's on top of that. It looks really cool. Again, just all solid black with that orange Dreamcast logo swirl. Looks really, really awesome. I love playing my Dreamcast, man. I still play, like, Ikaruga. I play a lot, which is a freaking amazingly hard game. I don't know what the Japanese guys that invented that game are, like, just torturous. Like, they just hate people playing their games. I guess it was so friggin' difficult. Still is. It's weird. It's like you're like a ship, and you gotta, like, shoot and kill other ships and stuff, but you have 2 different weapons. You have a white side and a black side of your ship, so when you hit the button, I forget what button, but you hit one button, it flips over to the black side, and then when you hit the other, it flips to the white side, and then depending on what enemies are shooting at you at that point, that determines which color you need to shoot back at them, whether it's black or white. It's just so confusing, and there's so much stuff going on the screen all at the same time, and it's so hard to keep up with. And I wish I had a Dreamcast VGA box so I could hook it up to my PC monitor and stream it via Twitch and YouTube Gaming, but I don't know. From what I hear, there's, like, so much that goes into it. It's just a lot more money than I want to play. I mean, pay. But I'm sure, because I'm lazy, I could just hook up my, I could stream from my iPhone, and actually I could use my webcam too, probably, and just hook it up right onto my tripod, which I've got a tripod for my iPhone, and my webcam also works via tripod. I could plug the tripod in right in front of the television and just kind of ghetto stream it. Not really stream it live, but stream it through the cameras live, if that makes any sense. Not stream it directly, I should say. So not a direct stream into, like, YouTube or Facebook or whatever, or Twitch, but kind of through the, like filming the television. It really seems cheesy like that, though. I might try that just to test it out, but it really seems kind of cheesy. But anyway, so I was talking about video gaming the other day, and a couple of guys, like, commented. Jesus, I don't know what just happened there, but I got stuck on that word. But a couple guys commented that I should talk about it, and it would be some cool stuff to talk about. So I got a couple of people kind of just talking about games, and we had a little conversation. Me and a couple of people on Twitter, a couple of guys and a couple of women on Twitter, and kind of thought it would be cool to bring up some of these old consoles and old games and see what y'all thought about them. And if you could, obviously, tweet me back after you hear this and let me know your thoughts and what you played when you were younger and what you grew up on. As I said, I grew up playing the original Nintendo mostly. I had all the Ataris before that, but mostly, I also had a Commodore 64, which I played games on. My favorite Commodore 64 game was Impossible Mission. Still one of my favorite games. In fact, I actually bought the Nintendo 3DS version. The new one, there's a new version of it which I haven't played yet, but I bought that because it has the original Impossible Mission on it, on the same cartridge. So I played that game for hours. And on a Commodore 64, it wasn't like today's computers where you type, you double click on an icon and the game loads instantly. Back then you had to type like load and then whatever the game title was or the file name was. So it would be like load Impossible Mission dot whatever, DAT or whatever the hell the extension was, comma 8, comma 1, and I remember, Impossible Mission would take like 40 to 45 minutes to load, because there was no RAM, there was RAM, I shouldn't say there was no RAM, there was RAM that today I couldn't load my BIOS on it. It's just ridiculous. So, it took that long to load, and it was like, my favorite game, and I remember like every day it would just take so long. I would start it. My mother would call me for dinner. I would type the load command, and then I would go eat. And by the time I came back, it was done or almost done. It was one of those where you just had to sit and wait. But it was so worth it, man. If you ever get a chance to play the original version of Impossible Mission, especially if you get to play it on an actual Commodore 64. Oh my god, that would be amazing to me to do today. But again, the original is on 3DS, so if you have a Nintendo 3DS or a Nintendo 3D or the 2DS or whatever, or the 3DS XL, I think it's called, you can do it on that as well. So if you get a chance to play that game, definitely check it out, man. It's one of my old school favorites. What else we got? A couple of people mentioned Final Fantasy. I never got into Final Fantasy, dude. I think, Final Fantasy VII for PS1, and I only got it because my PS1 was modded, meaning it had a mod chip in it, so I didn't have to, it would play burned games right out of the box, essentially. So I didn't really have a lot of, like, official games, because I tried to burn as many games as I could for PS1. So Final Fantasy VII, I think, was a gift someone gave me, and I remember it was a 4-disc deal, and I actually took it and burned all 4 discs, and then, at the time, I worked at a video store. So I took it to the store with me after I'd burned all 4 discs, and I re-shrink wrapped it, and then returned it to, I think, Babbage's, or maybe Software Etc. So I kind of got the money back for that, but I kind of cheated, but whatever. But I don't think I ever actually played much further than, like, the first disc. I don't know what my deal is with Final Fantasy. I just never got in. Now they're up to, like, Final Fantasy 12 or 15 or 934. I don't know, something like that. But, yeah, I just never really got into it. As of right now, I also have a GameCube, which one of my Facebook friends, graciously and generously sent to me a few months ago. It didn't have any cables, so I'm still missing a power cord. I got the audio video cable for it for $1.50 from some Chinese website, and that works fine. I'm assuming it works fine. It plugs in, everything's correct. So, but I don't have a power cord for it. I also don't have any GameCube games. I never got any because I never had it before. So, hopefully in the next couple of months, I'll try to get working on that thing. Even if I just have it set up somewhere and not really using it regularly, but I want to at least get 1 or 2 games just so I can kind of test it out. I've heard a lot of good things about GameCube. What other games? There's a lot of games on NES that I played so much of. I mean, like I said, there's still stuff that I play. I still play Super Mario Brothers, for Christ's sake, the original. And I usually beat it every time I play it because I remember it and I know what to do and stuff, but I still play it as if it's, like, I play it a lot. Same thing with Mario 2 and 3. I love all 3 of those games. There was something, I don't know, was it for 64 called the Lost Levels? And it may have had, like, Luigi on the cover or something like that. I don't remember. But the cool thing about the emulator games are that there are a ton of homebrew and hacked versions. So I hope none of these stupid titles offend anybody. If they do, you may be listening to the wrong show. But I've got, like, Midget Mario, I've got, like, Wheelchair Mario. Like Wheelchair Mario is awesome because even though Mario is not handicapped, he still cruises around a wheelchair, which is odd to me. But you start off small like you do in regular Super Mario, and then the first little brick you hit, instead of getting a mushroom that makes you bigger, you literally get a wheelchair. So you just kind of roll around, and, like, when you're running, instead of actually running, you just see the hands going really fast, and you're just wheeling the wheelchair faster and faster. So that's kind of weird. It's hilarious, though, but it's weird. There's also Midget Mario, which, obviously, you're a midget, so when you hit the first brick, instead of getting a mushroom making you into, like, a full-size human, you just get another midget. So you run around with another midget on your head, like, holding him. It's hilarious. And then instead of shooting fireballs, the midget on top of your head shoots other midgets. So it's hilarious. It's really funny shit, man. And there's some really difficult stuff, too. There's, like, Super Mario Extreme, where there's just ridiculous levels. Sort of like Super Mario Brothers, what's it called? Super Mario Remaker or Super Mario Maker, where you can make your own levels for Wii U. And there's a version of it for PC that I still have called Super Mario Remaker, which is really, really cool. If anybody shares levels for Super Mario Remaker, please let me know. Send me a tweet on Twitter at JoeyImage. It's real easy to find me. And a lot of those, if you do hashtag Super Mario Remaker, a lot of those have really, really cool levels, and a lot of those people that create those levels are super, super talented. I have a whole bunch that I've gone through. I don't think I've beaten maybe more than like 2 or 3 of them. They're really difficult. A lot of super talented people out there. But yeah, so that's some of the stuff. There's also like I said, Extreme. There's Super Mario Bros. 4, which is like a combination of 2 and 3 in one game. Again, homebrew. Somebody made this. So there's just a lot of really cool, and it's not even just Super Mario Bros. There's a ton of, there's a ton of, I don't even know what you call it, hacked. I hate to say the word hacked because, the word hack implies malicious intent, but there's none here. It's just making the games kind of more fun or alternate versions. But there's a lot of homebrew, I guess would be the best word for it, versions of even other games, not just, Super Mario. There's like Pac-Man, NYC or something, where it's like the background is like a picture of the city, and you like eat, instead of like the blocks, you eat like little windows. What else? There's like Super Dodgeball. It's like there's one called Super Dick Ball, and you just throw dicks around. There's just some weird stuff, but there's a lot of really cool ones too. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. Let me see, what other games we got here that people mentioned to me? Super NES, GameCube, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced. I had the original Game Boy, the one that came with Tetris. I wish I could find that again. That and Super Mario World, which was also on that GameCube. Game Boy. I was in love with those 2 games. Now I have a 3DS, and I have Super Mario 3D World, which is that and the Zelda game, which I think it's called A Link in Time or something like that, or A Link to the Past, something like that. Those games are both awesome. So I definitely suggest those too. I'm also a big PC gamer, so I've got a lot of stuff on PC. I've been playing a lot of Portal lately, which is old school, but for some reason I never played Portal 2, which I didn't realize that until I randomly played and beat Portal 1 again yesterday. And I just kind of realized, like, hey, there's a Portal 2. I have Portal 2. I've never played it. So I'm going to give it a shot. So I played it. I streamed for 3.5 hours. I streamed there's 22 levels. I streamed the first 16 of them. So the end of my stream actually starts, the end of my stream actually is right at the sign when you first go into level 17 and you see the big number 17 in front of you, and it says 17 of 22. So I've still got 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 to complete, which I don't know if I'm going to stream those. I may stream them as another stream and then put them together as part 1 and part 2 of the whole game. I don't know, but whatever. That's another story for another day. But for whatever reason, I had just never played Portal 2. And I know it came out like 5 years ago now, in 2011. But I just never played it. And I played, again, the first 16 levels, and I don't know if I like it better than Portal 1, because it's essentially the same thing, it's just different puzzles. There's a couple of things they added in, like they have catapults now, so like you walk over a certain spot, and you fucking shoot in the air 1,000,000 feet, and then you hit another catapult, and you shoot in the opposite direction. So there's that, like, physics, basically. There's light bridges now, where there's like, it looks like a blue laser, but you can walk on it. It's a bridge. So again, if you watch my stream, you'll see it. It's youtube.com/JoeyImage. Just look for Portal 2 levels 1 to 16 video. I would not watch the whole thing, because again, it's 3.5 hours, unless you want to play it yourself and like kind of use that as a guide or a walkthrough. But again, it was the first time I played it, so I don't exactly go in there and beat every level on the first shot, which is why it took so long. But so I've got that. I play a lot of World of Warcraft still, which a lot of people know. I've been playing World of Warcraft since before it even came out. I played since Warcraft 3, but I played World of Warcraft. I played through the alpha. So before it was even in beta, I played that, and then I played vanilla beta, and then when vanilla came out, I was obsessed with it. November 23rd, 2004 is when World of Warcraft first came out, and I'm still playing it today, and today is July 10th, 2016. So that shows you how much I love World of Warcraft. I love the story behind it. I don't know the entire story. There's so much to know and remember and learn, but I love the lore behind it. I love the action figures. I love the games. I love the card game. The card game, actually, I've been getting My girlfriend bought me a couple of packs recently. I haven't gone through them yet, but I'm looking for loot cards, which kind of, I'm torn between, if I do have any loot cards, I'm torn between using them myself for any of my characters or eBaying them, because I'm not saying I'm going to get this, but there's one on eBay that went for $7,000. The bid started at $7,000. I'm sorry, the auction started at $7,000, and there were bids on it. So if there's people bidding for a $7,000 loot card, I am definitely going to eBay that. Again, I mean, something that might be like 15 or 20 bucks, I would probably use for myself in the game. But something that's probably $100 or more, ain't no way I'm going to keep it. And again, because a lot of that stuff is old anyway, you know, they don't make the game anymore. They don't make the card game anymore, so, or the trading card game. So it's not like there's not more powerful stuff available right now in the game. So I could always just sell whatever it is and then get something better, or I could probably buy whatever some of these items are in the auction house. I mean, I don't know. I've never really looked because I've never gotten a loot card before, so I never bothered to look. But, you know, there's always ways around everything and other ways and other ways to get stuff and ways to get better stuff. So I would probably just go the eBay route if I could. I've also got GTA 5 for PC, which I don't play a lot on PC, but I play tons of amounts of, you know, tons of time spent on GTA 5 for PS4, which I play with a group of guys, usually 7 or 8 of us that play together. So we pretty much have a full party. We do a shitload of missions together and a lot of the VIP work stuff. So I play a lot of that. There's a lot of my time has been invested into GTA 5 for PS4. Also, for PS4, I love Uncharted. Uncharted is my favorite series right now, other than the Warcraft series, of course, but that's for PC. But my favorite PS4 series has got to be Uncharted. I never played Uncharted when it was out, when it was new. I waited for it to come out on PS4. I believe it was last October, where they came out with the Nathan Drake collection, which was Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. So I played that till I beat it, and then 4 just came out this past May, I think, of 2016. I haven't beaten that yet. I actually haven't really played it. I played like the first week that I had it, and I haven't really played it since, which is weird for me because it's an Uncharted game, and as I said, I love that series. But I've been still playing a lot of GTA. I bought Until Dawn for my fiance, which is like an adventure, kind of choose your own adventure storyline game. So we've been playing a little bit of that, and just kind of really doing other stuff. I mean, I've moved into a new house, so been still setting up our house. A lot of improvements and renovations had to be done, setting up this office here that I'm in now, and setting up my little podcasting area, I don't know, setup, whatever you call it. So there's just been a lot of stuff going on. I haven't really had a lot of time to get into games a lot, which is kind of upsetting, but I will soon. Kind of get heavily back into it. I've been streaming a lot too, so there's just a lot of stuff that's been going on. It's been kind of pulling me away from my my Uncharted adventures, and I would love to resume that shortly. I don't want to keep you all too long. I'm almost at 28 minutes now, so I think I'm going to cut this off now. I love talking about video games and technology and new games and new computers, stuff like that. But again, I try to keep these short. 15 to 30 minutes is like ideal for me. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/JoeyImage or Twitter @JoeyImage, Facebook.com/RealJoeyImage, and JoeyImage@gmail.com. Let me know what games you like, what games you played growing up. I will definitely be doing another episode about video games soon, and would like to have some quotes from people. You know what? If you could actually send me audio, that would be cool too. Maybe an MP3, 30 seconds saying, hey, Joe, it's whoever, you know, I thought so-and-so was a cool game, or I loved whatever when I was growing up. You know, thanks for the shout, whatever. I don't know. Whatever you want to say. And maybe I'll play those on the air. That would be kind of cool. So again, hit me up on all them silly little sites there. Just search Joey Image. I'm at twitter.com/Joey Image, Facebook.com/RealJoeyImage, YouTube.com/Joey Image. Oh, and check this one out, ProWrestlingTees.com/Joey Image. If you heard and liked my Mr. Robot talk in the beginning of this episode, and if you like that show, there is a Mr. Robot themed Joey Image t-shirt coming out very, very soon, within the next week and a half, on ProWrestlingTees.com/JoeyImage. And there will also be a Grand Theft Auto themed Joey Image shirt coming out within the same amount of time. So be sure to check those out. I will be tweeting and Facebooking like crazy when those two shirts are available. I hope you'll buy one. I will definitely have a bunch of those for sale. So please buy 7 or 10 or 30. Again, ProWrestlingTees.com/JoeyImage. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you very much for listening and subscribing. Take care.
This has been a presentation of the Three Ropes Media Network. For more, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/3ropes or visit us at threeropes.com.